when we last left off, our intrepid heroes acquired an ancient magic sword from deep beneath a tiny islet sitting off the coral chorus, and handed it over to its ancestral owner, Renata, who thanked you guys very much for your help, gave you some extra gold, and set you on your way. Now, with pockets loaded and bodies uncursed, the party has decided to make way from their starting point on the course to Kharania City, the only major city in the region, quite frankly, which is just about a day's sail away from the chorus. You have, for this journey, recruited Arlene Branson, Katria Leofric, and Marin Leofric, Sungrace. You have a boat, but the boat is tiny and probably a little too shitty to make a blue water journey, so luckily you know a guy who owns a bigger boat, and the bigger boat did not crash into the coral chorus, so you can get a tow, paid for by his enormous debt to Siren. And so, we pick up with our intrepid heroes underway. There's nothing stopping you from getting yourselves across the sea. The wind remains quite powerful still after this week and a half or so, but luckily it is blowing at your backs now, and while the sea churns, the captain assures you that it is nothing his ship cannot handle.
Well, that's all very good.
Indeed.
Just checking, who's using a bladed weapon?
Me.
Moi.
Also me.
Which one of you has a masterwork weapon?
Arlene puts a hand
Neither
up.
of us, I would think.
Okay, so would you mind if I, fix them? Because y'all have been smacking some very hard things and
Fix in what context? Sorry.
mend and then resharpening.
Sure.
No, I'll be fine, thank you. I can maintain my own.
You can do mine.
Sure.
Okay.
She will protectively pat her old, crusty piece of shit of a weapon.
Yeah, it's just to keep my hands occupied.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, mend it as it is, because what got shipped off is long fucking gone. So have it repaired that way via the mending spell. And then secondly, I'm going to get out some nice weapon oil and a nice quartz crystal. And Steve is gonna start a quartz crystal with a complete flat side. Well, several flat sides, but some seem to be almost glossy, and some seem to be a rougher shape. And he is going to meticulously and with very experienced motions start sharpening the swords.
Whoa. It's like a sword massage.
I begin to jerk off the blade.
Wow, Doctor and an armor. You really can do it all, huh?
No, it's... I learned to a sharp blade cuts much easier through flesh. That's very useful when you do operation. You don't want to be cutting into someone with something with the cutting edge of a, a wooden stick.
Oh, sure, but I figure most doctors probably have a guy for that.
Well, they do if they're stationary, and it's very easy to acquire people to do all the work for you. But when you're on the road or on the ship, as we are now, or when you're in the middle of bumfuck essentially nowhere, you're gonna have to learn and get good at it.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, there's plenty of bumfuck nowhere around here for you to practice your craft in.
Indeed. And when you need something, you better get creative or learn. So I just went and learned. Yeah, and during the hours it will take, make sure to profile it properly and make sure it's whittling sharp. We'll be going through and making sure to get out a big old strap of leather. Just make sure to strap that blade edge, making sure it's nice and centered.
Nice.
And during the many hours this voyage will take, once it's done, it will present both Tori and Vale with, well, essentially fucking razor blades.
Well, thank you very much, Steve.
Careful, I would
Yeah.
advise be careful with the edge.
Of course.
Schwip.
You swing that and you can literally hear how fucking sharp it is.
Well, you did fantastic work. Thank you.
It was mostly to keep doing something. Idleness is...
Of course.
That's why I don't like boat rides.
Just as Steve is saying, and that's why I don't like boat rides, one of the crewmen shouts,
Oh no.
"Wreckage off the port bow!" And there is a scramble
Shit.
of hands coming up to the
Shit,
deck.
did he say breakfast off the port bow?
Wreckage.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Well, you get a fishing rod, so you can get breakfast.
Yeah, she probably has done a lot of fishing.
So,
Okay.
a number of
Fish stew.
deckhands rush
head.
up and gather around the port side of the ship as you begin to see driftwood cresting the horizon. Quite a bit of it, in fact, enough to
Oh.
equal, well, maybe half a ship's size, the same as the captain's.
Oh goodness.
Hmm.
That doesn't bode well.
No, it doesn't.
Did anybody see any people?
No.
Let's see here.
Might be delayed an hour or two, but it's our obligation to go and look for survivors.
Yes, of course.
Can I see any kind of what animal or beast might well have caused this if it weren't natural?
I think the two of you working together, you can see this ship has been shattered. And it doesn't look like it was attacked by any, arrows or a ram, but rather just ripped apart by something. A lot of blunt impact, but each is individually too small to be the ram of a warship.
Gosh.
A big hit.
Or a bunch of little hits.
Maybe.
Or a bunch of big hits.
Also, maybe.
Must have
I
been the
will
damn
look
Kraken.
out that. Really? A Kraken here?
There's been sightings of one through the archipelago.
Hmm. Have to keep eyes out.
Captain just kind of squints at you in your blindfold, nods.
She'll snort at the squinting.
That sounds kind of scary.
Yeah,
Kraken.
yeah they are. Never had the occasion to fight one myself, and I don't relish the chance. Few ships come away intact.
Do we have any chum, small bait we can use to pull it potentially away?
Not enough for a beast big enough to do this.
Fair.
It'll crack the ship like a lobster and suck us all out. Luckily, there's no sign of it in the water around us, and this wreckage looks, well, a day or two old at least. It's been drifting a while anyway.
But given the wind, they should be drifting towards land.
Yes.
So if they were a day out, that means they were... And if you half the speed, they would be like somewhere got hit around here.
Yeah, I'd say here-ish. You'll take out a map. Just at the southern tip of the archipelago. Which makes sense. The Kraken probably wouldn't be going between the islands. That's bad news for us if it's getting towards the chorus.
Should we go back?
And we're dead
Yeah,
center
it's
now.
gonna take... And we have the wind in our back, so if we try to turn, it's gonna take...
It'll take longer to
days.
get back to the course than the mainland, yeah. We should keep going the way we are. I don't suppose any of you know magic sendings, I think they're called.
I'm afraid not.
No.
I'll talk to the harbor master then. Make it his responsibility.
Oh,
now.
let's see if we can spot any more.
Yeah. We'll do a loop around the wreckage trail, see if we can find anyone. And get the hell out of here.
Yeah, double speed.
Yeah. Would one of you kindly give me a survival check? You will have advantage from everyone assisting you.
Well, I have a 3. I don't think I'm gonna do it.
What's this? Perception? Mine is
Survival.
4. Oh, survival? 6. Yeah.
Go for
Damn.
it. Oh,
Alright.
Hey,
Was this a group?
inspiration.
guess.
I'm going to use experts instead for a d6 as well. I'll use an inspiration if you really want me to. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
Okay. Cool. As you are circling the outer edge of the wreckage, just as you are getting ready to give up and speed along towards shore, Theli, something about a bundle of netting floating on the surface, laid across some planks, looks off to you. Your blind sight catches heat still upon it. Human-sized.
I will point it out and begin pulling up like rope and net, presumably. Or I guess it would be what, rope and hook, because it's already a bundle of netting. There's probably a person in it.
Yeah, you just want to pull the
Yeah.
bit of wood it's
Yeah.
floating on towards your ship.
Yeah, then we can get the boat hooks.
Yeah. Sailors scramble to grab at their hooks and reel this piece in once you say there may be someone alive on it. And with a great effort, it is hauled up onto the deck. This bundle of netting, maybe 50 pounds of it, just wrapped around. Indeed, a human with thoroughly soaked red and gold clothes and a mess of blonde hair just clinging to shoulders and face. And
Oh
are
my gosh.
breathing, if only just.
Huh.
And then
Hang
Yeah.
in there,
Doctor!
guy.
For the
Wait.
doctor, eh?
the Winston. Winstead, let's get to work.
Winston gives expert CPR.
Yeah, it's just barely. It's most like first to just slice open the clothes because cold water, and then just activate. Get some dry. Get out my fucking dry cloths. Wrap around it. Cast precipitation on it to heat them up. Get the body heat going.
Mm-hmm.
Then
When When you cut into the clothes, your blade nicks across something metal underneath, and when you pull it away, you see a silvery chain shirt clinging to a decidedly feminine figure beneath these soggy rags.
Oh, lady, gentlemen.
The
Just
male crew
make
members
make-
scoot away.
Yeah, it just makes the spin motion with his finger. Oh, if it's metal, at least I can start heating that up, make it easier to transfer. That's one of the prestidigitation spots, so now I start getting the towel out and drying her off. And then
My clothing is my clothing is quite thick and warm,
Yeah.
so
but you're pretty cold at the moment. We have to dry her out first, so
I guess I
It
am
is.
a bit chilly by nature.
and he does the whole to get a reaction for, like in case they just inhaled or coughed water, does the knuckle along the spine to get the nerve jolt going.
She coughs up quite a bit of water once you start working on her.
There we go. We're safe. Come on, breathe. Get that up.
Figure starts to jolt and then seizes up under the sheer pain of their wounds and flops back,
Oh, hey.
breathing hard.
Don't go too fast.
So no, it's not that. And let's see about getting her some cure wounds. Or lay on hands. What's the name? Vale,
Yes, I could
can
do
you lay
this.
on? Yeah, can you lay your hands on her a bit with that magic healing?
Of course. I'll do my best.
As you reach down, Vale, the woman grasps your wrist. My ship. Where? Crew.
Destroyed.
There is a significant tightening around your wrist, and then it just relaxes. You flops back unconscious.
Poor thing.
Let's oh, at least we got consciousness. Let's keep her going like this. Just get her out of these wet clothes into some dry and warm her up.
Hmm.
As you continue to work, you hear the captain behind you say, "It's a bad omen. Just one survivor. Bad omen."
Yes. She seems quite worried about her ship. Understandable, but
It's bad omen when there's no survivors. It's a bad omen when one's barely alive. A ship sinking like this close. Some bad shit's going around.
Bad everything. Alright, men, sails up.
Yeah.
Get us to land.
Double time.
Drummond begins barking orders, and the ship picks up speed. It takes a couple of hours for the young lady to regain consciousness. Open her eyes slowly. Feel around for something at her waist, then just curse. Where
Well,
am I?
Did you lose something?
I think I lost a lot just now.
Oh. Well,
okay,
not
first
your
and
life,
foremost.
though.
Would
You're on
that
a
I
boat
could
on the way
trade
to
that.
Kharania City.
Wait. Name. Age. Where are you from? What was your destination?
My name is Gwen. I am 19. I was going to Kharania.
well, that is just so happens to be where we are going.
Yeah. And I'm
From
Tori.
From Aruna.
just things are like the map's like from Aruna.
It's a long ways.
That is the country you are literally inside right now.
Yes, I know, but if she was coming from there, because this question was where was she coming from?
I believe you asked her where is she from.
Okay, that was my bad. Sorry. Where were you coming from then? What was your port of leave?
Anders Bay.
Anders Bay.
It's
That's
still
quite far
pretty far
from here.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long way around.
On the other side of the bottom.
Yeah, map-wise it's lower left, southwest.
Map-wise, let me just...
That's
Yeah, it
not
should
too
be,
far
should
from
be
Lyris.
southwest.
Hold on, let
or
me
southeast.
investigate how the fuck I move you guys between folders.
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay, wait for it. Here we go.
I guess you're gonna need a world map. There we go.
yeah,
Okay,
so like
you
it'd be
guys are
southwest.
like just north of the edge of this map.
Yeah,
Okay, so she
and
is...
space fucking way over here.
Yeah, so she would have been like...
Yeah.
Oh, good, like, 1,000-mile journey.
Farah or Ender and then
Pretty far away.
up and around. What's the last
Yeah.
thing you remember? Do you know what hit your ship?
A storm hit us, blew us off course. Then a creature, tentacles everywhere, grabbing people off the deck.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, that does sound like a kraken.
One of them wrapped around the middle of the ship. I tried to cut it down, but my sword wasn't... I wasn't strong enough. But it was strong enough to break the ship. I remember...
Doubt many people are strong enough to chop through a tentacle that big. At least you tried.
I remember falling into the sea and then your hand. She'll nod at Vale and pull her, I guess, borrowed cloak tight around herself. Was there anything else you fished out besides just me?
Mm-mm.
We could not find anyone else. I'm sorry.
Only debris and a massive amount of fishnet that you were trapped in.
I suppose I owe my uncle an apology. I told him so much net was foolish, but he insisted it would help us eat on the way. She stares off
You
into
were
the
a
distance.
You were completely entrapped in it, and the net itself wrapped itself in a lot of flotsam and kept you afloat. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I should think in my armor I would have sunk to the bottom. Fuck.
It's a good thing you were not wearing it then.
She will quickly check that she still has her armor.
She was. Yeah.
She was?
Like,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's just laid across flotsam.
Oh, I see what you mean now. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
never.
If not for the net and the flotsam, then
Oh,
it
right.
would have made her sink.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry, Kira. You're not the only one with perception issues at the moment. Everyone here has debuffs going.
Yep.
IRL debuffs.
About. I'm
Yeah, but-
fine.
Can we go back to
No,
playing
so
Classic where there's a 6 debuff cap, please and thanks?
Alright.
But I saw when you walked there, you got something on your belt. We had to get you out of those clothes, so I cut them off. So I just and
It's,
been drying them out.
it's fine, but my sword?
Was there a sword?
Did not see one.
It must have sunk.
Fuck.
I think it was special to you?
Yes, it's been in my family a long time.
Oh.
It's fine. I'm sure my ancestors would prefer me survive than the blade.
Yes.
Think for a moment. No, it wasn't a rose blade. No.
I was about to make that joke.
Yeah, she also fell through time when she was shipwrecked?
Got slapped by Cracker so fucking hard, it's like, oh, goddamn. Her sword was sent back in time.
What
Yeah.
kind of sword was it?
It was a hand and a half blade. Valish make.
Oh.
It's a
Quite
fine
a
sword,
rarity.
but not strong
Just
enough to
becomes
cut down
quest
a
to
kraken.
get back later.
Yes, that Kraken has much to answer for.
Yeah.
I will get more than just my blade back from it. Bones of my comrades deserve to be buried or burned.
Yeah. We can give him the old 1-2.
Yeah, but for now you have to. We're a few hours away from Kharania. Need to regain your strength. Are you allergic to something?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, we're gonna get you something to eat then.
I'm not sure I can stomach anything right now, but thank you.
It's understandable with the shock and everything, but if you've been here more than a day, according to our estimates, you haven't eaten or drunk in over a day. You are going to feel better once you get some fluid and food in you.
More than a day. Gods. And you say we're still hours from the city?
Yeah,
Where the hell did that storm take us?
from whip out the map. It's like, according to the captain, rough estimate, you were hit somewhere along these squares.
I see. We weren't meant to be anywhere near... We should have stuck to the coast.
Well, the wind has been blowing this direction for, well, over a week, so we did a calculation of the float speed of the waves and everything.
There's a terrible mist on the sea the last few days. We must have overcompensated, trying to stay away from the rocks. Still, that's a long way off.
Verily, you should have been able to see the lighthouse from Coral Chorus by then.
Should
In
have
your
if not
path.
for the mist. The captain will butt in. They say Krakens presage mists, milady. Could have been that thing was stalking you for a while.
How awful.
Oh, that's a piece of work, aren't they?
Aye. Born killers of men. When just balls a fist, shakes her head. Well, for what it's worth, I'm in your debt, all of you. Thank you.
Of course, we would
Yeah,
think nothing
it's
of it,
just a
miss.
normal thing to do.
Yeah, don't worry about us. It's your debt is with the captain. He followed the rules of the sea.
There's no debt, ma'am. Would have done the same for anyone. Don't be bashful. There are many who would not be so kind, especially to a woman alone. So again, thank you all. I
Mm-hmm.
think I would like something to drink now, actually.
Yeah. It's like, I know Telly and Tori can cook up a bit of light soup. In the meantime,
Mm-hmm.
Steve gets us some this nice, clean, chilled water. Skin.
Yeah, she'll make one of them like nutrient travel soups. We'll say 21, probably with some freshly caught fish.
Yeah.
Nice.
Zoop.
Gwen shall
Sorry,
also...
I cook for travel, not flavor.
It's okay. She needs the
Tori will
mild,
help the
mild and
flavor.
bland. If it's so, it's better than overly spiced. It's just to get something in her.
She'll look at least slightly abashed that her cooking is mild and bland, but also will definitely not deny that fact.
Better than I could do, even for guests. You little sippy.
I'll make like a big food when we get to the capital.
It won't be long now. We can see the shore already. Lighthouse, too.
Good.
Tori canters
if it-
over to look at the lighthouse.
Doo-doo.
You just, well, Captain,
Whoa.
to say that drink and food is on me once we settle in.
Well, given my financial straits, I'm not going to say no to that.
Yeah. Yeah, but you and your men did good today. With worse.
Same to you, Doctor. Same to you. When?
Cool.
A pretty lady.
Though now deprived of her finery.
Well, she got most of the whatever she had on her that was still attached to her clothes. It's like, well, she could go through that.
Yeah, she's got her headdress and like a necklace and a couple other pieces of jewelry. And that's about it.
Well,
Yeah, the ship will pull into a harbor at the edge of a sprawling city, at the peak of which is a ancient towering castle with blue walls and towers. There's a river running straight through the city, over which there is a great stone bridge, and there is a lighthouse tower, much like Siren's, in fact, standing on the edge of the bay.
We didn't find, when we rescued this lady, we didn't find her anything at, like, she just had her, it was basically just her
Yeah, basically
armor
her
and
just her.
clothes and a few pieces of
she's
jewelry
got
on her.
nothing else?
Nothing else.
Miss.
Hmm?
It would dishonor me to allow you to disembark without anything but the clothes on your back after experiencing something as you did. Please accept this from me, and I will hand her a small, like a coin pouch, a coin purse.
No, please, you needn't. I can sell these rings easily enough. They're worth enough to get by for now.
I insist, ma'am.
yeah, and well, it's not so much that you should worry about. It's the fact that, well, we need to get you clothed, and that's on me.
Yes, just clothes would be fine.
I am going to just keep holding out the money.
She will sigh
She
after a
should
moment.
surely see that she's trying to argue with an Azure. It's not going to work out.
She will take it and look you up and down, Vale, and in perfect Lyrian say, "My thanks, Dame Knight."
Oh,
She will take it and clutch it to her chest.
it's
I'm
20 gold.
afraid I didn't get any of your names.
Well, I am Vale.
I'm Tori.
Thelerien Sableye.
Steve.
And she looks at Vale and just nods slowly. Vale, well met. And back in the
I was
room
worried for a moment that history was for me. I'm like, you
Yeah,
better
it's
fucking
like-
not even.
It's like fucking everybody just
rambling me. Oh, thank
instantly knows.
fuck.
bullied to pieces.
Actually, she spoke in Lyrian, and she's from that region of the world.
You'd be like, wait, Steve, Doctor, Beakface, I've heard.
Of course,
I
it's
know
you,
you.
Dr. Steve Beakface.
I guess Vale will correct herself and say that she's Valeina Callistan.
There's a hint of a smile on Gwen's face when you say that. She will... Actually, you know what? Fuck it. In Lyrian, she's going to say something to Vale.
Okay.
Nice tits.
Yes, exactly.
Your moms were better.
I fucked your mom and your dad.
That would be quite impossible.
Hey, Savin, don't forget to send me that too.
Oh, I will give her a bow.
Oh yeah, you speak Lyrian, don't you?
I have constant comprehend language going.
Ah, that is true. Alright, well, fine. Be that way.
Well, I will give her a bow. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And I yours. I don't suppose any of you know a clothier in town.
Shake head.
This is my first time being here.
I am new to this region as well, unfortunately.
Well, it just looks like Captain Drummond.
I know a general store.
Well, a general store is a good place to get some information about directions for everything else.
Aye, ma'am, I'll take you around some places I know, if that's all the same. That'll do fine, Captain. Thank you. She will give a formal bow to the group and fall in behind the captain as his men start mooring the ship.
And I pass a pouch of 50 GP to the captain for, clothes and lunch and drinks for the boys.
All right.
Doing it for the boys.
For the boy.
The boys.
The boys.
Even fine, like I said, it's like fine clothing is like 5-10 GP at most, right? And then you got luxury bullshit. You just throw as much as you want. Correct?
Yeah, basically.
So she can buy fine clothing for like 10 GP, which is really fucking nice. And then there's 40 gold for food and drinks for captain.
Yep,
And the
that'll
boss.
do. And with that, she can probably even buy a new sword.
Nice.
Blow some of that veil bucks. 40 GP is a lot of money for drinks for the boys.
Yeah, they're gonna get fucked up.
Well, food and drink for the boys, that's true. But it's the captain that holds the purse.
Yeah, and he is irresponsibly going to get just as fucked up with them. You forget that his solution to sleeping is bad for you is caffeine and cocaine for as long as humanly possible. All right, we're in.
You've inadvertently started the plot of The Hangover Part something.
Dude, where's my
Dude,
boat?
who's the shit?
Dude, where's my
Where's my
boat?
shit?
Just comes back and someone's cast invisibility on the fucking thing. Oh no.
Invisiship.
Yay, all hail the SS Fluffletail. Sadly not used as a torpedo for sandworms.
Man, I rolled for shit with that fucking Bob. I'm so annoyed.
Alright, so yeah, the ship is moored, the crew makes their preparations and begins taking shifts heading into town. You guys have the run of the place.
Yeah. I think my very first stop as ever is going to be God's home.
Well, Tori sees
What?
the picture of the cat
On the campus.
on the way
face.
through the harbor. And then I realize my mistake because she's like, oh, Steve, can you read this for me?
Wait. I sure wanted Red Wolf Barrett.
No, not that one. The one with the kitty cat.
Oh. Have you seen this cat? Now you have, and she has kittens, free at the corner of Western Harbor.
We could have a kitty cat.
Where would you put the kitty cat? The kitten. This is a kitten. This is a baby animal.
Yeah. Kitty cats like run all over. And we feed it.
Think about what you just
stays
said.
in the camp.
Yeah, and then something, we're out traveling, something snatches it when we're not looking, and suddenly,
No,
see, we
don't
should
do that.
never adventure with a baby animal.
Well, that's the way it grows up. We protect it, and then it gets big. How detailed is the drawing? What does this cat look like?
It looks like a fucking stick figure. So this is a handwritten, like, sign posted undoubtedly by a child with just like a charcoal drawing of a little kitty cat stick figure. It's got humongous whiskers and like a
Well,
big fluffle mane.
we gotta at least go see what it looks like. And what
That's
the kitties look
That
like.
is a trap.
What?
What do you mean
The
that's a
moment
trap?
you
That's
because
not a trap.
the moment you set your eyes upon it, and it will
It starts
you will
moving
bond
at
with
you.
it. There will be
Yeah.
no coming
Yeah.
back from then.
No, I just looked at everyone else. No, don't get a baby animal on an adventuring trip.
Where?
We're
No,
already being
I
subjected to
just want to
dangerously.
pet cats.
Yeah, where's the corner
Goodness.
of West? We're at the harbor, right?
Of West and Harbor.
It just looks around and makes a direction that way. Should be that way.
Kitties.
I do agree with Steve, though. Adopting a small animal would not be a good idea.
Kitty.
The foxes both go, "Aw."
Wait, what was that about Red Wolf Barrett, too?
There is some criminal. It is quite the bounty.
Yeah, Red Wolf Barrett. For grand larceny, piracy, and tax fraud. 2,500 gold sovereign bounty offered by Ducal
Whoa.
Chancery.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
Can't trust tax evaders. Let's fuck them up.
Yeah, we could get
Indeed,
that
given
guy.
the fact that the fucking Arunan Empire was built on taxing goddamn cocaine. Yes.
I believe in taxes for a better cocaine.
Which
I mean,
one
cocaine for a better
is-
future. Damn it.
Oh, which one is grand larceny again?
It's the one that's bigger than small larceny.
Stealing
That's
things.
Steven.
Oh. Just a
Out
lot
of
of
character.
a lot of thievery and piracy. And
That's
taxing.
also thievery.
It's a very specific
So
kind of thievery.
larceny is land thievery and piracy is boat thievery?
I suppose. There's a Dragonlance tournament.
Yeah, they're
Oh wait,
James's
these require your
workshop.
the paint their army. My army's not painted yet. Oh god. I need to find someone to paint my fucking dragon statues.
yeah. If you look at south, everyone, there is in fact a workshop
The glorious
that's special.
James,
James.
Workshop.
James Workshop.
Hell
James's
yes, James Workshop.
Wow.
Oh man, what was that fucking video James? Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
Monsieur
Video
Videro
James.
James.
Yeah, Vivian James, the fucking goddamn 4chan video games persona.
Yeah, Vivian James. There are several notices up you can investigate at your leisure. But for now, kittens.
Kittens.
Tori leads the gaggle on, galloping through the streets. This is a very heavily built-up town, Tori. You are going to have some trouble
Wow.
navigating it. But as long as you stick to the
I'm
main
no
streets, at least you probably
navigating.
won't get stuck anywhere. Probably.
I can squeeze.
To an extent.
Squeeze.
I named this city Wigglecheck.
As long as you stick
No,
to the
it
main
just-
streets, you're fine. Just-
You're just gonna have have to have the constant, permanent magic item of grease me up, woman.
yeah, someone's going to need to learn that cantrip real quick. You're going to do urban adventures or, God forbid, go into the sewers. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you want to block it to the sewers.
I mean, if you want to block it in the sewers, just fucking go to Taco Bell.
Oh no.
Terrible.
Give
hard.
no cast get 8-hour enlarge on Tori and then give her Taco Bell. And then
Oh,
have
no.
that's it.
No!
Oh. Yeah, you are able to, with some difficulty, since this is any of your first time here, follow these street signs all the way to the corner of Harbor Street and West Market Street, where you see there is a small catfolk child sitting next to a box that has the same, like, stick drawing of a kitten. There are a handful of people walking by with mild interest peering into the box, but nobody's currently stopping there.
Oh my gosh. I stopped there.
You stop there. The kid looks up at you with big, bright eyes. Wow, are you a knight?
Not yet, but that'd be cool.
Wait, where are your stirrups? You're a horse person! A horsel!
Yeah,
That's so
Well-
cool!
A booming.
a centaur.
A centaur! Wait, what are you the center of?
Gravity. Look at her. She's huge.
Attention.
Well, if you're the centaur of attention, do you want a kitten? The stray
I
we picked up
definitely do.
had a whole bunch of kittens, and we can't take care of them, but if you can, they could use a good home.
I definitely think we can.
There's only two
Zip.
left. Here. We'll reach into the box and pull out a pair of Maine Coons.
Big breed cat.
Big, extra fluffy catos.
Kitties.
They sort of cat slink out of the box, becoming
Hello,
dramatically
kitties.
longer before lifting off of the little cushion inside. One of them is like sort of off orange, the other is grayish and has one eye that looks kind of milky and white.
Oh my gosh. Turi will take.
Just looks it over. You. Ah.
Turi
Well,
grabs
just-
the gray one and hands the orange one up to Theli.
Yes,
Examine
she
it.
will happily scoop up a kitten and give it rubs. And yeah, with animal speech, she'll go, "Hello, precious."
Meow. Mama.
Aww.
Both kittens are kind of chirping for their mommy. Yeah, the one in Steve's hands, aside from having one eye that seems like it just doesn't have a
You mean Tori's
pupil at
hands?
all, it's in good condition. It's a healthy, hale little catto. A little on the
Just
skinny
Look
side,
at
perhaps.
kitty.
And just gets the tips the head up a bit so Winston can get a look at it as well.
Oh,
And,
they're asking for their mum again. I'm going to gently lower cat to mama again and give it lots of little tickly head rubs.
Meow. What the medicine for, Steve?
The cat, the whole milky eye thing, because
The cataract.
the Hedrah herself knows a lot about kittens and cats and diseases and illnesses that they have that can be treated.
Yeah, looks
So
like
I'm
this little guy
checking
was...
if
Oh, go ahead.
no, I'm just checking if this is a temporary corner dislodgement from a rough burst, which can over time be healed, or it can actually be medically adjusted.
Yeah, that seems likely.
Hmm. Okay.
Glad it's not permanent.
Yeah, it can be fixed. Would need.
It can?
Yeah, it can. Just I would need like a day. Mostly, the procedure is simple, but it would take time to recover safely.
Well, I mean, you can have him as long as you want.
I
Yeah,
no, I cannot take care of an animal.
Oh.
I can.
It's
Really?
Yeah.
Yay!
You can probably only take one of them.
That's okay.
what?
Yeah.
It just sighs. What?
Animal, kitty, kitty.
What does it cost?
cost? Nothing. We're just happy
No,
to...
sorry. It was me. No, it was just me tiredly sighing. Savin, what would it cost to take care of a cat for a full year financially?
Oh,
No.
probably not a lot. I mean,
Like
Like-
2 gold.
yeah, like 2 to 5 gold, depending on how nice you want to be. How many toys do you want to buy it?
Oh, well, it's about food. It's like,
You know it's gonna
Okay.
get toys and cushions.
yeah, because we can only take one. And I will say this, this wounded little rascal will do better in our care, but that means there's the poor lonesome one.
There's still a couple hours of daylight left. I'm sure someone will come along.
Just... Okay, no. It just... internal struggle. Internal struggle. God damn it. Just... Okay, okay, kid. Okay, what's your name, little miss?
I'm Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi. You have a cool mask.
Ah, yes, I'm a doctor. Just... I have it for reasons.
As you're
Thank
saying
you.
that, the
Call
kitten
him
just baps your
Dr.
little
Cool.
beak.
That
Okay, we're gonna do this. Do you have parents? Yes.
I got a mom.
Okay. Just crumbles. Okay. Okay. Just okay. Let's do like this. Can you take the box with the kitten?
Okay.
The last one. And go home with it, and I will pay you to take care of it.
Like a job?
Yes. So that way you get your stray cat and this kitten.
I
Okay?
didn't think of that.
Oh boy. Mom said I need to get a job. This is great. Taking care of a cat. I love cats. Bobby wiggles tail.
Yeah.
That's good. So, okay. Do you live far from here?
Like half an hour that away? Down by the docks.
Very well. Let's go and officially employ you as a cat caretaker. Because you're underage, your mother has to sign off on it.
you and your rights. That's adorable.
Okay.
Very well, let's go. Just...
Well, my mom's probably working, and I'm not supposed to bring friends around where she works, but...
Oh, what sort of work? Does it involve other people or dogs?
I don't know. She's a minstrel who plays a lute.
Okay.
More bards.
We came from the Bard Islands, so... Or minstrel, choral chorus?
Never heard of it, but I bet it's cool. It's an awesome name.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to be around, you just have to point us to where she is. And what's her name? Do you know, other than Mom?
Oh, yeah, it's Lenora.
Lenora. Okay. It just looks around, looks at the very tiny... Hey, Tori!
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you give Bobby here a ride?
Yeah. Would you like a ride?
Is it really okay? I've never ridden a
Uh-huh.
horse bull before.
As long as you ask, it's okay.
Um,
Or at
can I
least it's
ride
okay
you?
with me. Yeah.
Yes!
Hop right on. There should
Just
also
looks
be
at the
space
size
for the
diff.
box.
Yeah, there is no way in the universe this child even reaches up to like your shins.
Tori is like plopped down by this point
Plop. All right.
to like play with the kitties.
Wouldn't you hold the box?
Uh-huh.
Bobby will scramble onto your back.
Pet the mama kitty too.
Okay, I'm gonna hold on real tight. This is,
Whoop.
a little scary.
Yeah, don't worry,
Tori
we're not gonna
stands
go
up.
fast.
Yeah. Other kiddos back home used to like rides all the time. I am very practiced.
Tiny
Given
child.
her width also, it'd be like a very wide fucking seating area.
Yeah, you guys can head on down to the southern dockside further upriver. You arrive. Bobby will point out a little set of row houses where she lives. This is our place. My mom works down the street.
Okay. Looks pretty nice.
Yeah. If you don't, if you like the smell of fish, humans don't like it so much.
That's crazy. Fish is great.
It does kind of smell nasty.
And when it's rotting, then yes, or depends on what they've eaten. When you have to clean them out.
It's
Do you
not an
have any
overpowering
specific-
like rotten fish stank. It is just like the smell of fish on the air.
Yeah, it's understandable. Don't worry. I got my fucking Febreze mask on, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'm
Steve doesn't give a
good.
shit. And Kate and Marin are like, ooh, fish.
Oh, fish.
And be like, oh man, sample platters everywhere.
Little fox instincts kick in. Yeah. So, what is the plan? You gonna drop Bobby off or what?
And we're gonna
Yeah.
point out where she worked. It's the area there.
Can drop Poppy off at home for now.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Bobby's safe.
Like down here.
Pop.
And yeah, as you guys follow where she pointed, at the end of the block is a large square concrete building that looks to be quite a bit older than the other structures around this part of the dock. A sign above which reads Sultry Sea Sauna.
Ha!
Oh.
Oh, that does explain.
Hmm.
There is a
Well,
red lantern hanging outside, and several folk are coming and going.
Surprising no one in a Red Lantern part.
Yeah.
Well, very well. Let's just... guess it's Kato to just start walking in. Let's see about this.
Arlene will cover her cheeks for a moment. I think I'll stay out here. That's okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's nothing like you've seen before. You have a mirror.
I also went into the Pearl Note, but it doesn't mean I have to like it.
Food was good there, so... shrugs.
Yeah, well, food's probably not going to be so good here. I'll just wait. That's all the same.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you
Don't get swept off your feet.
can go inside. You see that there are thick, heavy carpets draping the stone floor. A number of chandeliers hang from the ceiling, giving the place a dim glow. And there is indeed a lady with the same pinkish red hair as Bobby sitting on a small raised platform, strumming on a lute, while several young women dance around her for the pleasure of a group of sailors who look rather familiar. They all
Figures.
raise their glasses to you guys as you enter.
Howdy.
Surprise! Yeah, good?
This place is great! Yeah! Woo! One of them just flicks
Good
a
to hear.
gold coin into Lenore's bust. The minstrel gives him a wink and picks up the pace a little bit on her playing. A older woman will approach your group. Ah, welcome, new faces. What can I interest you
greeting.
in? Entertainment? A bath?
I would like to have a small conversation with Miss Leonora. Let me try to fucking read the name.
Lenora.
Leonora?
Ah, of course. She's quite popular tonight. That might be difficult to arrange.
Oh, it's not anything. It's not anything of that kind of sort. It's just small talk, short.
Like I said, it's a busy night tonight. I have a lot of sailors coming in.
Yes, I was the one that financed them.
Well then, if you can part them from their entertainment, you are welcome to do as you wish.
Very well. Very well, I shall endeavor to do so. Thank you so much. And just walks over to the gang, walks over to the boys there, and just say, "Gentlemen,
Steve!
hey, yeah, I'm doing well, doing well. Gentlemen, I would like to have a very short conversation with your entertainment for the night. You will have her back. It's just a little talk."
Ah, yeah, you can go first, Steve. I'll pat you on the back. You're a good man.
Yeah, just pat him on the shoulder there. Yeah, it's good to see you, nice and bright there. Relax and eat and be merry. And remember to drink water before you go to sleep.
One of them will hoist up a glass that is just full of wine. It's a 1 for 1, right? I got lots of water to drink tonight. Glug.
And just looks over to Miss Leonora and just makes the the hand dust come.
Yeah, she will wind down her song as quick as she can and set the lute aside. I'll be right back, boys. We'll saunter after Steve. Oh, nice mask. Don't want to be seen
Thank you.
around here.
No, I am a physician. It's just habit.
Ah. See.
As you might have heard from your rather raucous audience, my name is Steve,
Pleasure to meet you,
and
Steve.
you are Miss Leonora.
That's right.
You see, we encountered a little, well, I don't know what your relationship is, but according to them, was Bobby a girl or boy?
I don't know, man. It's a fucking adolescent cat. Who the fuck knows?
Your child named Bobby, giving
Oh
away
God, is Bob
kittens.
okay?
But they're very fine. They're back home and safe.
Okay.
No worries.
Sorry, with you being a
Uh,
physician and all.
oh no, I just made sure that they were okay, so that we brought them back home. So,
Did something
uh,
happen?
yes, I they were down to 2 kittens, and one was a bit needing medical issue, had a medical issue. So I'm going to take that one, but at least only a single poor kitten. And I wish to employ your child as a cat caretaker.
Hmm? I'm sorry? You want to pay Bobby to look after your cat?
Pay Bobby to take care of the last kitten together with the stray that it had, aka its mother.
Uh, I... She scratches at her chin. Well, okay. Like, back at home, you mean? Or...
Yes, I will pay a full sum for multiple years, and I do hope that Bobby will take care of the kitten and the stray fairly well. It's their job now.
I'm sure she'll be delighted to. Um, I, I don't know what to say.
Well, at least you can teach them the joy of work like this, and just gets out. Let's see, that's 5 times cat years. There's 30.
At 20 gold from Tori.
What?
Oh,
I,
2020. Oh, yeah, that's 40G. So there we go. That should cover the full expected life of the cat.
what? Uh, That's so much money. Are you sure?
He just looks at her like, does it sound like I'm joking?
No. She just
Well,
puts her hands up. The boys said they had a mighty generous set of patrons. I guess they weren't kidding.
yeah, they weren't kitten. Now, it just,
Bella just covers her mouth and giggles.
it just, but it gives her a courteous bow. Now, I want to thank you. I'm sorry for taking up your time, and I wish you a very pleasant night and entertainment with the boys.
Uh, yeah, thank you, sir. I mean it. She will rub at her eyes a moment and tuck the coin purse away into her bust. Right. Gentlemen, I'll be back in just a few minutes. I have to make a quick trip. He's gonna just take a quick dash outside. Kate will just pat Steve's shoulder. You did a good thing there.
It's the most logical way. This way, the last kitten
Yeah.
won't be alone. It will have its mother, and it would have Bobby taking care of it, and that the mother itself won't suffer. You know, the looking for the kittens and where they're at, and then just having excess milk like that.
Yeah.
Still, y'all are good-hearted folk. Makes me glad to be traveling with you. There, gives you all a thumbs up.
Well, we are glad to have you with us.
Yeah, well, this is just the very start of it. Imagine what wondrous things you get to experience in the future. And just start walking out.
You walk out, find Arlene being flirted with by courtesans, turning into a tomato.
Be like, court wizard.
What? Hi, Steve. It's not what it looks like.
Uh-huh.
It looks like waiting outside didn't get you much farther than going in.
He's just gonna babble nonsense at the two attractive ladies flirting at her and just hurry over back to Steve's side.
Come on.
Yeah, let's
You're good.
let's go.
Yeah. But good. We are going to need a general store because we're going to be needing some writing materials because your studies are going to still take shape.
Tragically owned.
Oh yeah.
Because as you have noticed, we started on a little wondrous thing across these waters. Shipwreck, kraken, the storm, and its potential. So you are going to have a good time writing down academic excerpts of this incident and what we found and how we found. And from the information that we did find.
Yeah, I can do that. No sweat. There's a tiny look of dread on Arlene's face as she is dragged off to go pick up her writing supplies. Meanwhile, across the bay, Thelerien. You arrive at a large circular building, identifiable immediately as a temple of the gods by its many statues in its open courtyard. There are different inner sanctums for each member of Senatrea's great pantheon, and a number of clerics wearing all sorts of different robes strut about the place, speaking with each other and the congregations.
Excellent. In which case, I'm start with going up to the old Forge Father. And the first point of worship. And I would look to him for guidance. What secrets, what knowledge wait in this place? Speak, suffering with the old drought sort of thing, and the people out here, they need help, very clearly. They need fucking God's help.
Yeah. So you can find the statue of the great dwarven forge lord standing in pride of place next to Woavar, his great friend and compatriot. On the other side of the
Presumably
sun
helped
god.
Eiffel Tower Mithras between them, and
Yeah, there's a Mithras on the other side of Woavar, and then a Morgan, and then a Nefri. And on the other side of Kandarn is his son Narend.
Excellent.
Yeah,
definitely have to do Narend aside. The fact that there's just just child, godchildren in the world is wild as fuck.
Yeah, this wasn't how things were back in your day. Or wasn't even really a Morgan yet. Well,
yeah,
Eggy.
I mean, this is definitely a change for the better, but still a surprise.
Yeah. So, Theli, since you're standing out there, would you roll me a perception check, please?
Sure. 18.
Okay. as you are, approaching the Forge Lord's shrine, thinking about, how can I help? Surely show me a sign, O God of knowledge and secrets. You hear a couple of people having a hushed conversation, whispering at each other from behind this statue and sort of between it and Woavar. Glance
Yeah.
around with a couple of your snakes. You can see a large, broad-shouldered older man and a dark elf wearing silks are whispering something about droughts and curses.
Ah, excellent. Then I shall listen in.
Oh.
Alright, yeah. The elf is speaking at this moment. Look, I know that the storms are, of course, not their domain, but if there's something wrong with the church, then maybe this is a sign from Woavar. It's his scorching heat pounding down on us, drying up Leyland storms. That's ridiculous. This land isn't cursed, my lady. It's a natural phenomenon. All the priests have agreed. There is no augur that says the gods are displeased with us. The summer is no hotter than usual. It is simply a drought. If it was just a drought, then why wouldn't the gods answer our prayers? It's been years now, Desmond. Years. Yes, well, natural phenomenon can be like that. We can't simply ascribe to divine anger what nature has in store for us. It wasn't all that long ago, as you well know, that we had to nail the world shut. Perhaps the gods are simply still recovering from that. I think if they were recovering, all of us clerics would still be weak. Fine, whatever. If you're not going to listen, then I'm not going to waste my breath anymore. Good day, Archpriest.
Clearly, this archpriest has got his ears closed. I'm wait until they've stepped away from each other. I'm gonna go approach this lady.
Yeah. The Archpriest just sighs and shakes his head and walks into the Woavarn temple while the elf struts away, arms crossed under chest, mumbling to herself.
Excuse me.
What? Oh. Wow, you're a biggin.
Thanks. I will swap to Ancient Elven first just to say, do you speak the tongue?
I speak a lot of tongues. That one's
Hmm.
not spoken often these days.
I'm more fluent in this than I am in, Arunan.
Understandable. It's kind of a pigeon language.
It really is.
Sage elf nodding. So what can I help you with, Miss?
Thelerien. Thelerien Sableye. And your own, sorry?
The elf will extend a hand. It's, Tassie. No, Tassinora Igniscala.
A pleasure. She will smile. I couldn't help but overhear you were talking about potentially some curse or displeasure on a blocking of Wova.
You heard that, huh? Well, yeah.
I confess, yes. At the very moment, I looked to my own god and asked for a sign. What more do I hear but discussions of the same?
Really now? Well, who am I to sneer at divine providence? Yeah, I was talking to Archpriest Barrows about this drought. I'm pretty convinced it's not natural, but no one seems to believe me.
I stand by the simplest answer. If it were not the gods or some ill action, then the gods themselves would have told us by now. That silence speaks more than any word aloud would otherwise have done.
Exactly. See, that's what I've been saying, and all auguries are just turning up silence. It's like, it's not just that they're saying no, it's that they're not saying anything about it.
Indeed. In my eyes, that means that this is a trial. Not a curse, however. But the answer to this trial, I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm here to find out. I hate to say it, but I'm a little afraid it might be the church's own problem.
Could you explain further?
Yeah, maybe somewhere else? She glances around at all the priests surrounding the pair of you.
Oh, of course. I don't know any places around here. If you'd be so good as to guide me, I would appreciate it.
Sure, I've got a room at a tavern nearby.
Very well.
As she starts to walk, she'll give you a wink. Don't worry, no ill intentions for you.
Oh, I didn't expect any ill intentions.
Yeah. As the pair of them are beginning to cross the Great Bridge again, we'll snap back to the rest of the party who are, like, right at the foot of that bridge. You can see a Theli and a Tassie. Or, well, a Theli and a curvy elf in dancer silks, strutting back across the bridge towards you.
Oh, these are my companions. A very good sort. Helped break curses before, saved damsels in distress, that kind of thing.
How long would Tassie have been up here?
Up here, probably, like, not long at all.
Okay, 'cause, like, if she was back home at all within the last year, she might have met Tori.
I mean, it's hard to not see as seen Tori.
Probably not. Well, she will, like, as the group is, like, gathering up, just point at Ashe and give him a little poke on the nose. Say hello. She does know him from way back.
Oh. Why? Everyone seems to know everybody.
It's a small world.
So it seems. It certainly got a lot smaller while I was away from it.
Plus, my wife's domain isn't far at all from here.
Ah. No, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was speaking to a duchess, landlady.
Ivara doesn't have noble titles. We are aldermen, I guess.
Oh, okay then.
I never got to go to Ivara.
A shame. Noble titles are often very pretty. Give you a good idea of who you're about to encounter. Still. Yes, if it's discussions about, I don't know, solutions to this drought, this trial, or potential curse or otherwise, my companions here would probably be the ones to help with it.
Yeah.
Although I suppose that means I'm going to have to swap away from Aelvin again. Back to Runan.
A shame. It's fun to actually speak Elven once in a while. It's very few of our kind up here.
Yes. Well, I've learned as well that I speak the fancy parlance of it only, and that there's a whole more but less complicated version. Just shrug helplessly.
Yeah, there's a simpler version my ancestors made while they were exiled underground. But I like Ancient Elven even more. It's a language of poetry and love.
I was going to say, I've been, catching up on all sorts of things, and all of the Ancient Elven books I found are just porn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Out of Out of character. That's fucking August. That's fucking Winter's work because he just went around, took every
Oh yeah,
other
yeah.
book
He
and
kicked
left
over.
the book.
He kicked over every bookcase in the Library of Alexandria and left only the smut section untouched.
Yeah, just to say fuck you to your civilization. This is what you will remember by. Just porn, nothing else.
Brutal.
I mean, it's it's a win. Like,
Yeah,
he
I mean,
he's the
ancient
winner.
elves are
He
basically
detects
just known
his...
as smutmongers.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the best part. Like, he's the winner. He detects how history is gonna fucking know about the goddamn ancient elves. They're just a bunch of horn dogs. It's just porn everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, his favorite insult was just to call people stupid whores. It makes sense that it's just because he happened to purge everything but the smut sections.
Tatsy.
Alas.
We'll switch to Arun and give the rest of you a wave and a little bow. Hey there, I'm Tassie
Hello.
Igniscala.
It is a pleasure to meet
Igniscala?
you, ma'am.
Like from
Just looks at her,
Igniferous?
Yep, that's me.
looks at her, looks her up and down. Steve just holds, like stands there, holds his cane in front of him and like leaning on it, just looks at her up and down. Gale of Ossian.
You think?
Obvious.
They'll all just
Huh?
spread our hands confused. Whatever.
I'm
Anyway,
Tori.
yeah. We'll talk to the others.
Victorine Starsinger.
We're heading to bar or tavern. Tassie here happens to want to discuss the drought, the maybe curse, maybe trial, whatever it might actually be.
Oh yeah. It's a curse, we can totally crack it. We're like the curse breakers.
If it is
We're
a
not the-
curse, I'm not sure it's the kind you can break with a spell. So it might be from on high.
Not with a spell, but with like an adventure.
Well, here's
Daring
hoping.
do.
Come on, I've got a pretty big room at the inn. Maybe not big enough for all of us, but I'm sure they got a meeting room somewhere.
It's gonna get one of those like business conference rooms.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what Tassie ends up doing.
Yeah.
She's staying in a
Thanks.
nice inn, and that nice inn has a conference room, and Tassie drops a couple gold to rent it out.
Sweet. I'll
Nice.
throw in an extra gold so that we get craft services.
Hell yes.
I just... Name's Steve.
Steve, huh? Steve what?
He just goes
We
by
haven't been,
Steve.
yeah, we haven't been able to get anything else.
He never tells.
It's much easier to just go with Steve, as it's very ideal. Most of the people who don't care about, don't care or can't pronunciate long names.
Well, what about meeting someone who can pronounce long, fancy names?
Well, I do remember you weren't really that good when you were small and reading the scriptures that had long words with them.
The confident smirk on Tassie's face falters for a moment. What?
Ugh. World shrinking as we speak.
Yes, your parents, the archpriest and the paladin.
He also seems to like know everybody.
Alright, consider me impressed. I guess you're from Galavos too? Thought your accent was a little familiar.
Are you an elf, Steve?
We haven't been able to get so much as a peep.
Mm-hmm.
Steve is a grand mystery.
I've been working down there in Galavas for quite a lot of time.
I like that evasion.
And
That's really cool.
I do like to keep my personal life very personal. And as you can see, just makes a motion to everyone else. They're really trying.
Look, it's been a long time since I've been an adventurer, but maybe they're just trying to be your friends?
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that part. It's just it will take a while, and I appreciate everyone's attempts and concerns. But I spent many, many decades alone working, so
You know,
I-
you remind me of someone. This fierce fighter I knew. Spent a long time living out in the woods. Didn't have any friends, but took a long time to crack her open, but, well, she was a good friend in the end. So, look at the rest of you. Just keep trying. You'll crack her open.
Yay.
given our bonds that we share, I'm not opposed to it. But as I said, I have been alone longer than most have been alive, so
We will warm him up in time.
Yeah.
Warm him up in Woavar's light. Cassie will Y pose. Right. Anyway, let's get down to business, I guess?
Yes, to defeat the hunt. No. Yes. What did you know of then? You were about to say something about the church.
Right. There's something wrong with the Church of the Trigods here. Not like, oh, they're secretly worshipping a demon lord or something, but
corruption, or is that more something of secrecy from on high?
I'd say corruption. If you ask any of the people in the city what they think of the Path of the Three Gods, most of them are going to tell you they're bullies and tax collectors. I've seen a Dawnblade just strike a person and right on the city streets for begging.
What?
No way.
Excuse what?
A beggar trying to, well, beg money from a knight of the Dawnblades. The knight just struck him across the face with a gauntlet. Broke 3 of his teeth.
Sounds
Such
like...
unbecoming behavior.
Yes.
Arlene will frown at that. That doesn't sound like the Dawnblades I know. I'm not saying it's all of them, but it's enough that people are starting to whisper. And if people are turning away from the church, maybe it's enough to make Wolvar angry with us. Start cranking up the heat, enough that we're not getting any rain.
We're angry with them.
Justice can be indiscriminate sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That is... Fella's not going to disagree with that point at all. Not even a little bit. She'll just nod sagely at that fact. Very much so.
It's not as bad down in Navarra, where I'm from, which... There's a whole mountain range between Kharania and Avara, so maybe it's something to do with the weather for real, but we sure get plenty of water still on our side. And if you go north past the Orklands, the Silent Weald isn't suffering.
Interesting.
What about Stormvale?
That's way far away. That's on the other side of Anderland. That's probably fine. I haven't been there in a
Probably
couple
stormy.
decades.
What's the weather like at Stormvale? Stormy. Thanks!
Yeah, whatever's going on seems to just be localized here in Kharania, which is also the only place the Dawnblades operate.
Yeah.
Something to look into then.
Mm-hmm.
A useful lead, thank you.
Yeah, just keep me in mind if you find anything. I'll be here in the city until this is sorted out one way or another.
Yeah, we'll be sure to keep
Glad to hear it.
our eyes open and our ears open.
Then the questions, other than this bit of information, what sort of can you bring to this?
What do you mean?
What sort of knowledges, what sort of connections, what sort of power can you bring to solving this?
Unfortunately, not a lot. I'm a priestess, and not really noble-blooded. Ivara and Kharania hate each other, so my political connections don't really mean anything here. I'm well liked in the church of my god, but, well, it's the Tri-God church here, and two of those three don't seem to really care. I've been kind of stonewalled trying to look into things, which is why I was just bitching at a high priest who isn't part of the Dawnblades, and who wasn't listening at all.
Be a nod on Thal's part. She turned up in plight when I asked the gods, so I take that as a good sign.
Yeah.
Now, which god did you ask?
She'll, like, to her head as though staring blankly as though that should be the most obvious thing in the world.
Tassie puts arms around
She's
Thal.
the Kandarn guy.
Yeah, she was asking at Kandarn Shrine.
I would rather not go assuming things, so I better ask. Even if it makes you look foolish.
I choose faith in the Forge Lord.
Yeah, but it is a craft and secret, so if there's something about this, and he is the one that guides you, then there's really something insidious in action.
I asked the God of Secrets. The God of Secrets gave me a clue to resolve them. It is not like he placed answers directly in my lap. That's not his way.
We still gotta find out what all mess is going on.
Yeah. I agree, but if it's like I said, if the God of Secret is hinting you, then there's something going on.
Yeah, that will nod. Likely.
And if it's the Dawnblade and the Church, which is a rather cemented institute in the city, a rather big organization in the city. That's a lot of power and that's a lot of resources.
Yeah.
Even if people are starting to talk.
And this might sound untoward, but do you know someone who sells stone here? I would like to make a statue of you.
She's
Just a
really good
small
at it.
one. And she'll gesture at, like, probably a 2-foot tall statue of some kind.
Of
Of
me?
me?
Really?
Oh,
Of Tassie. Of Tassie!
oh, you were talking to
The
Steve right
beautiful
now.
elven lady. Yeah, no, sorry, yeah. She
No, you-
turns her attention to the elven maiden.
Oh yeah, we just talking. I want to make a statue of you. Like, what? Why?
Chisel me like your Steve girls.
It's just a fucking goddamn what's that? The Michelangelo statue there with the fucking hat and beak mask.
Yeah, it's a Michelangelo with the beak mask. It's either
Statue of
that or
David
it's
with the
it's
beak
either that
mask.
or it's not the statue of David, but the a statue version of the grand painting of Touching God.
Yeah.
I want to do that, but it's just like a beak to Winston.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Tassie's cheeks will color. I can't say I know anyone who sells stone in the city, but I happen to come from a county that, well, produces a whole lot of real good stone. Maybe I could have some sent up.
When we have a place to put our names to for a while, that would be good. For now, I have no idea how long we'll be here.
What are you all doing here anyway? I mean, you look like adventurers, but
Yeah,
what's the
adventuring.
quest? If you don't mind my asking.
Well, right now it was just coming, but we saw, or it was just coming here after finishing a couple quests at the Coral Chorus. But we saw on the harbor notice board that there's a red wolf guy who stole a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, the Brotherhood of the Red Wolf. They're the local thieves guild, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We met their leader too, so we're also looking for her again.
You met their leader, really?
Yeah, she ran away.
Well, you guys must be pretty solid ass kickers then.
Yeah.
no,
Well,
we were in a rather subservient position.
Yeah, we kind of got cursed, and then, like, the only reason we didn't get our ass kicked. Well, I think we could have kicked her butt, but she had a big wyvern.
A wyvern dragon kind of a thing.
Yeah. And also, we were horribly cursed, and we kind of needed
Oh no.
that wyvern's
Yeah,
goose.
it's breath to
Yeah.
synthesize an antidote and break the curse.
Yeah.
Did you break the curse, I mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
we broke the curse, but she flew away to look for more info about the curse, I guess. She didn't tell us where she was going, but she did kind of give us some idea of where the curse came from. Just none of us have ever been here, so we have no idea where it could have been. Do
Unfortunately,
you
I'm
know
not
anything?
a native either, but I can maybe point you to a couple people who do know the lay of the land.
Yeah. Or if there's, like, historians who would know about a dragon goddess named Sophoria.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, it was, like, really, really old.
But I can say that I know someone pretty good with their histories. And
No,
who's
do
been
tell.
around here for about, 100 years or so, so fairly familiar.
way down on the other side of the city is a mission from the Grand Duchy of Pergolith to here. And that is currently being run by a lady Acacia. She's royalty from where I'm from, Galabas.
Oh,
Just,
History check.
oh.
it just whispers to you.
Don't think I'm familiar.
So Steve will help you with that because he knows the history. Just whispers to you.
So what was the history check for?
To know who this person,
Lady
this
Acacia.
Acacia was.
Yeah, Steve helped by whispering sweet words in her ear of knowledge.
Okay, well, I mean, Steve is in a uniquely qualified position to help out with that, so I just give you the old boop.
Yay! One of Gracious E-stores.
Yeah. So she is the third of the royal sisters of the Galabas line, so she's the one immediately above Kresha.
And a total sweetie pie.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of by rule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when you mention...
I think I know of this person.
I don't.
Tassiel Grinnet Vale. Your mother was Vicky, huh? Is that true?
Yes, Victoria.
Right, yeah. Let's see. Right, this is always a little bit of a mind game. So, she was my husband's cousin. So that would make you... what? My niece?
Oh!
Husband's cousin? Yeah, niece.
Oh, that's...
Close enough.
That is correct. That's correct. The family tree is quite wide.
It's a mess, but it's good to meet you.
Oh, it is very nice to meet you as well. I have so far. How many distant family members have I met so far?
Well,
Kate will
one,
put up some fingers.
two,
Like
3.
3.
I need to start writing this down, I think.
It's a lot.
Who have I met so far that is related to me?
Let's see. So there's Kate, Marin, and Evie, her daughters. There's Tassie, of course, and then there's Lord Leorin and his wife.
And Tori.
Is Tori related
Is
to Vale?
Tori?
Well, not by blood, but by marriage.
Where?
This was related.
One of her
Oh yeah, I
grandma
guess.
is
Okay,
married
so
to a
not
cancer.
directly related, but like
Yeah, indirectly.
yeah. So yeah,
Was
the
Kate
the Cassoid
Marin?
blood runs strong throughout the lands.
It was Kate, Marin, and who else?
Evie, Kate's other daughter, and Lord Leorin
just-
and his wife.
Steve just leans towards Arlene and just low voice like,
Goodness
this is why you
gracious.
avoid the Cassoids.
What? Why?
What?
Seems nice
So
to have a big
Tassie,
family.
That sounds crazy.
so Tassinora is an in-law then? In-law.
Yes. She is your mom's cousin's wife.
Right.
Wait, mom's cousins.
Well,
wife,
distant relation
then
or not,
it's like
it is
second
very
cousin.
nice to meet you.
It's been a long time since I visited Lyris. How is the place?
Oh, it's fine. It's nice.
Good. No horrible monsters washing up on the shore or inside the island?
Not that I'm aware of.
Good. It's always good to check, you know. She gives you a smile. But yeah, back to the point. If you want information about the duchy, the best and least biased place would be Lady Acacia. Otherwise, you might try Lady Flamegrace. She's got a tower over the bay. She's a wizard from somewhere far away. She never says where.
I am interested. We'll have to go.
Flame Grace.
Sounds like she should get along with Steve.
Flame Grace.
Probably.
I've heard that name before.
And we know Sun Grace.
Yeah, out of character. Are you like sure?
Sun Grace, Flame Grace.
No, the Benny Graces.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
if I was gonna like have if I was gonna have a different last name, having Grace in it would be a good. I think it would sound good.
I'm pretty sure they're related. You know, one salamander on one side of the bay, another red salamander on the other side of the bay, both lighthouse towers. Kate will just lean in towards Marin and stage whisper, "Oh yeah, they fucking." Marin turns into a tomato. Kate. Yeah.
Poor tomato.
Either of those would be good places to start. Otherwise, well, food's kind of scarce and there's more bandits around than I'd like to admit, but there aren't a whole lot of horrible monsters in the Heartland, so you can just kind of putter around pretty freely as long as you've got weapons.
So in other
we have
words, the
that.
banditry is hungry folks, is what you're saying.
Yeah, right. Which is why I'm not out there fireballing them. A lot of people don't feel like they have any choice left.
Noted.
Especially with taxes being as high as they are now.
We'll stick to non-lethal then.
May Olvar blunt your blades.
Hopefully not when it is time for monster slaying.
Speaking of monster slaying, I do recommend investing in another extra type of weapon, given the last time we fought something.
Fairly had zero problems killing what we were fighting. She has no
Yeah.
issue at all. She didn't give a shit.
Sorry, the fucking DR10 slashing piercing.
Yeah, she didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
She
and
clapped
she
right through them.
cleaved through
They
every one of
cleaved
us.
them. Really
Yeah,
well.
it sounds
Yeah.
sounds like some kind of noodle problem to me.
Noodle problem.
Noodles.
Yeah, what is most likely to happen is that just I'll pick up a quarterstaff at some point just so that I have got something I can bonk with. But I think a quarterstaff is also like a whole 1 silver or some shit. Or and gold,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, probably 1 gold.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, it's been crafted just enough to give it a legal distinction from a stick.
Yeah. Legally distinct stick.
Can withstand smacking.
Anyhow, I'll be either here at the inn or at the Ivaran embassy if you find anything.
Sure. It has been a pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine, and even if you don't turn anything up, just knowing people are out there who care enough to look fills my heart with joy. So, really thanks.
It is fine.
She gives you all a bow and is going to sashay out.
Yeah. Guess I will head out again. From one trial to another. Where next?
Arlene rubs her hands together. I wonder if they actually have a big shop for Dragonlance around here? I heard there's a huge one.
Ooh.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
I
Yeah.
would be interested in seeing this.
Yes, there should be a general
Yeah,
store
yeah.
on the way there. Good thinking, Arlene.
But we just came from there. How much papyrus do I need?
Yeah, you've already gotten the
No, we
right
just
supplies.
no, we came from the sultry sea sauna. That was on the
Yeah,
way
and then
back.
went like to the store and then bumped into
Oh, that's the
fucking...
okay then. Oh, sorry, I thought we just came from there. Okay, never mind. That was my bad.
So yeah. Arlene and Vale at least are going to skip on down to James' workshop.
Yay!
The rest of you want to follow along, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah. Tori's gotta go. She doesn't know it yet, but she's gonna have to buy paints.
I'm going to pay someone to paint my miniatures for me.
I think I'm going to go towards the Pagothian mission, just so that I can go and dialect. At least that'll be another person I can speak Ancient Elven with.
Yeah. Someone whose first language is Ancient Elven.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So yeah, alright. You can...
Oh, they also
My
have a
cat.
help wanted sign. Oh.
Yeah, indeed. Theli, when you start heading that way, you will see that there is a printed help wanted sign out for those skilled with blade and spell. Inquire within.
Oh, I can only assume that's what it says, because I'm illiterate.
In any
in
language?
Arunan. Well, I mean, I'm literate in Ancient Elven and Langrish.
Well, it is printed in Elven, so you can certainly make it out.
I can certainly make do then. Yeah, I can certainly figure out help wanted.
Well, shit, you weren't the only one, so because the
I
dragon.
thought you were also going to James' workshop.
For what? Like he doesn't play Dragonlance.
Certainly showed a beyond passing interest in the ancient art, as it were.
Well, it was just to help Arlene with the mathematics of it.
Yes, okay, fair enough. Well, if there is a Steve there, that is fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going there. Seems like the best place to get any information.
Yeah. Approach whoever is at the front guard and ask in Ancient Elven. Greetings. I came to make an inquiry of Lady Acacia.
The guard, just a caramel-skinned elf standing out with a short sword and buckler, will just do a double take when you speak in Ancient Elven. Will stiffen her back a little bit. Of course, my lady, she is just inside.
My pleasure. Thank you. Give her my winningest smile.
You are shown immediate great deference when you speak in perfect, pristine Ancient Elven. Just
Yep.
Go right inside.
It's my fluent shared first language, so it's
You're not like the fucking rabble out there. Excellent, you're not surf, breeze.
Exactly,
Please, your
yeah. I
lordship.
clearly don't speak surf tongue here.
Yeah, your ladyship, come in. The well-schooled shall be welcomed.
Goodness, I'm so educated. It's very helpful. And yeah, head on inside.
Yeah. It is a quaint little shop. clearly converted from a, like, 2-story house rather than a purpose-built facility. Just a, like, small picket fence outside to, protect it from the rabble.
Hmm.
And inside it is warmed by a roaring little hearth fire. There's a bearskin rug laid out on the ground between the door and the desk, upon which is reclining a lovely elven lady with plush red lips and a whole lot of jewelry on her, reading herself a spell book. We'll glance up, do a blink. Oh my. It's been a long time since we've had a doctor visit the house. I don't remember calling for one.
A pleasure. You would be Lady Acacia, yes?
Ancient Elven, wow. And not from one of our kin, I suspect. Yes, that would be me. She'll thump her book close and stand up.
A pleasure. And then I'll give her a royalty tier bow. The full, like, arm in, hand, shoulder, head tucked down.
Oh my. You have me at a disadvantage, madam.
Lady Thelerien Sableye. And this is the legendary Steve. Son of a fuck you!
Get fucking rolled over.
It's not bad.
Now you've entered the bard domain. The elf, like, starts to reply, like, yes, play, then pauses, and her hand contracts a second. I'm sorry, did you say Sableye?
I did, yes.
You're a long way from home, madam.
I am the furthest wormst one could be.
Are you, She will, like, make a slight gesture, and you hear someone behind you stop advancing on you.
I come in peace? Yes. No, I've come here to talk about the land.
More concerned about coming cursed.
Oh, and she'll gesture at the blindfold. It's not coming off. Indeed, I'm very careful about it ever even getting loose.
Good. That's good.
I am, sadly, yes, still bestowed with the Forge Lord's mark.
My mother was familiar with your people. I can't say I am myself, but I know enough about your history to say that, well, you're one of the very few of your bloodline who do come in peace these days. You might want to keep that name to yourself. No offense.
It's been such a rare name, I'm unused to people recognizing it, I must admit.
I did my homework on this region when I moved in. It seemed prudent.
It certainly proved prudent. Yes, I've learned that those of mine that last are less than together than they once were. Indeed, they would use this curse like a weapon instead of the trial that it truly is.
Yeah. There's more than one case a year of people being turned to stone out in the mountain ranges. It's a terrible thing, but fortunately it's just the way of things here.
Well, have no fear on my part. I would sooner die than risk turning one to stone. I say my name is Sableye. I don't remember what my eyes look like. It's been a long, long time.
I'm not one to judge based on the curses that might lie upon them. As long as your blindfold stays on, you are welcome here. But I caution you against...
I swear and promise it will.
I caution you against revealing yourself elsewhere.
People
So it
of
would seem.
Pergolith and Gaelavos are welcoming, but Kharanians are less so.
Understood. I will just have to stick with Thelerien. If my first name is getting around, then I really do precede me, and that will be its own problem.
Well, you might want to stay away from the sultry sea. I believe they have a statue of you somewhere in there.
You're kidding.
Huh?
She grins.
Did we see a statue while we were there?
You guys didn't go past the lobby, so no.
Oh, okay.
Surely not me. It would have.
No, that's definitely you now that I look at you.
Oh.
Although with quite a lot less on.
Yeah, no. She'll nod at that. Yes, I remember posing for that one now that you mention it. Interesting.
Steve finally moves, my head just turns towards Dali.
What? I'm technically royalty. The fact that there's artwork of me is the least surprising part. The surprising part is that it survived this long, to be fair. And again, Kandon's grace has rarely failed. Oh, sorry, Forge Lord's grace.
And the Sawn is owned by a real history nut.
Of course. Interesting.
Yes. I always thought it was an odd choice to make his lower levels a statuary of history's most beautiful women, but...
Oh no, that is true taste. Now I want to see it just to know who amongst me might be there.
Well, I can heartily recommend the place if you don't mind the dock smell, but that goes away once you get inside.
I think I will have to give that a look. I suspect I'm going to attract many interesting ones in return. Well, thank you for the warning there. I confess... Sorry, I got rather caught up in the moment. Myself and Steve, I'm part of a slightly larger adventuring group. Been intending to see about this mystery drought and other things that need someone with a sword to wave it around to solve it.
I don't know if you can
It's
solve a
boring.
drought with a sword, but we've got some issues here that I'd be happy to pay coin to see resolved.
Please do tell.
I'm sure you're far more experienced than the average rat catcher, but we've had a problem with vermin of unusual size breaking into our basement. They tunneled in through the sewers, made off with some of our provisions.
That is bad. Are
Yeah.
you sure it's rodents and not starved villagers or citizens?
Oh yes, very sure. I've had the displeasure of seeing them myself. They're the size of a small pony, and they made off with wine bottles, not just food.
Wine as well.
Huh.
I think they might be some druids doing, perhaps?
Yes. It sounds like the work of familiars to me.
Yes, I would appreciate someone going down there and getting rid of them. I have guards here, but not enough to be safe on such a mission.
I will make sure that this is done and collect our companions once they're done playing with models. I believe they're all currently at the James workshop.
Oh, they play Dragonlance.
They do. I've carved one of them a number of figures for it as well.
Really? Well, if your group is still here at the end of the month, they might just be facing me at the table.
That I would like to see. And also, while I am here, I wanted to commissioned stone to this town by way of the Igniscala folk, after meeting one of them. Would you like to be rendered in statue form? Of course, actual masonry, not... Should tap ahead.
Yes, I was about to say that's a bit of a morbid question, given your
Usually it
condition.
didn't used to be, and can imagine how only distressing it genuinely is.
My apologies, dear. I didn't mean anything by it.
No, it's fine.
Well, yes, of course. I'd be happy to commission a statue from the Thelerien Sableye.
And it would be my pleasure to craft it.
Especially if it's Igniferen's stone, and Tassie tells me there's none better.
I'm excited to find out if that's the case.
Blessed by Vulcanus' own hands, and Ceresina's, so she says.
Sounds even better.
Well then, I look forward to it, Lady Thelerien. Steve.
Yeah, guess I'll head down to the James. Let's go fetch our friends and tell them we've got at least a little side gig.
I'm trying to find where the fuck I wrote the name. No, it's the fact that I wrote Steve's name. The problem is...
Oh, I've got
I
that
wrote
written
down
down.
some...
Don't worry.
The full name.
Yeah, no, I've got it.
Yeah, everyone knows it's Steve.
Steve.
Like Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get...
There you go. Don't worry, I remember
Yes.
your name, even if you don't.
Yes, but that's not the problem. That I got. It's the last name.
Oh, I don't think you ever told me that.
Yes, I did.
Oh, God.
I wrote it out. That's the problem. That's what I'm looking for. They'd be like, oh, god damn it, where the fuck did I write it down?
Well, while you're scratching your brain on that, Vale, Tori, and Arlene head up to a large workshop on the high hill of the town just outside the Ducal Palace, wherein you are greeted with the familiar bouquet of gamers hard at work. There are hundreds upon hundreds of models lining the wall, whole dioramas on tables showing great battles from history, and quite a few that are clearly quite made up.
Ooh.
And as you walk around, you are greeted by a human fellow with short red
Sir
hair.
James W. Shop. His last name is Shop.
Yeah. Yeah, this is James
Oh,
Workshop.
no, it's actually him!
Wait, who is that?
It's James
know who that-
Workshop.
It's James Workshop.
The owner of
James
Games
Workshop.
Workshop. James Workshop.
James Workshop is a wait.
It's
That's a
the
person.
the Jim Workshop. Well, no, obviously he's not. Yeah, he's the owner of Games Workshop, so he's basically, Jim Workshop. Just like the Emperor is Jimmy Space.
No, his name is James Workshop. That's his name. Go Google him.
It's
No.
a running.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It's a running joke that James Workshop is a founder and owner of Games Workshop.
Yeah. So Games Workshop hired a guy to become James Workshop. That's their official spokesman.
Oh my! Oh, he's a character.
Yeah.
James Workshop is a character played by a person to be their official spokesperson.
Yes.
Yeah. Wild.
Okay. That's pretty funny actually.
The most ascendant meme of all time.
It's a powerful one.
So yeah, this human fellow comes up and gives you all a smile. Madams, welcome to my workshop. History, fantasy, all at the tips of your fingers. We make games here, the best in the world. How can I entertain you today?
Whoa.
Well, we just recently got into the Dragonlance, and we heard there was a big shop here for it.
Yeah.
So we wanted to take a look around.
The big shop. The workshop. He spreads his arms proudly. Several gamers groan.
Uh,
Sorry, I can't resist. But yes, this is where we make and sell the game. Please, have a look around. We have, well, hundreds upon hundreds of different models made by the finest artisans in all of Kharania, and indeed most of Aruna.
ooh.
And we have each and every supplemental book, if you're interested in such things. Of course, they are not necessary to play the game, but I think you'll find they greatly expand your options. Arlene has already run over to a big
I've
book
heard
with
this spiel a
like
few times.
just a huge titty Amazon lady riding a frost wolf. It's like, ooh, this book is just meant for my army. Wow. Every army has its own book, with all the
Oh.
lore and special rules you could ever want.
Well, I have a admittedly, it is quite small, small Laresian army. I would like, if there's a book for that, I would like to acquire one.
Ah, of course there is. The Regent's excellent taste. He will give your horns a little nod. I happen to have a collection of them myself for personal use. Quite proud of them. Here, I'll show you. Walk you over to a standing glass cabinet, basically as tall as Vale is, upon which are the most beautifully painted models you've ever seen in your life, Vale. They look like just actual people made tiny, with beautiful shading, highlighting recesses. Each of
They
their
look so
bases is a
real.
work of three-dimensional art with little tufts of grass and bits of rubble.
Oh, those are
Wow.
amazing!
Thank you, thank you. Painted them myself.
Oh, you're very good at that.
That's super good.
I haven't gotten my models painted yet. I acquired them quite recently from a sculptor.
Well, you're in luck. We happen to have a whole section of paints just over here. And there's even a guidebook to help you get into it.
Oh,
The spiel.
Yeah, he'll walk you over to this huge rack of model paints, and there's like 50 different kinds of brushes for each of your shades and highlights and base coats and all that. He's got
I'm not
10 different
sure.
volumes of like introductory advanced painting all the way up to grandmaster like diorama building.
I'm not sure I'd be very good at painting.
Nonsense, nonsense. Like any skill, it's just one you have to build up. Here, we'll take out the like beginner's guide to painting. You don't need to make every model a work of art on your first go, and
Well,
the
I
benefit
mean-
of Laresians are that they all wear heavy armor, so there's relatively simple paint schemes. At least until you get to the
Well,
shields.
Well, I mean, a friend of mine made these models, so I really wanted to make them look very nice. Here, take a look. Here, look at these. I'll take out my models.
Oh
Archelon, my Archelon and old Ironclad.
Those are beautiful. Wow. Who did you say made these?
Oh, a friend of mine, Miss Thelerien. She's a sculptress. She's very good.
Yeah,
I can
still
see
gotta
that,
ask her
yes,
to make
she
mine too.
is. I'd love to offer her a job. But, and the good thing about painting is, if you aren't happy with the results, you can always strip it off. Here, I even have, he will reach up onto a shelf, a can of paint remover.
Oh, it can come off. Oh, well, that is a
Wow.
relief.
Indeed, you're never bound by your mistakes in this hobby. Everything is just a happy little accident waiting for the next step on your journey.
Nice.
Never stop hustling, homie.
About this time, Steve and Thelerien can wander on in.
Yeah, the problem is
Hi,
I
guys.
was gonna introduce myself to Lady Acacia. The problem was I couldn't do without the fucking last name, and I was scouring for it.
Uh-huh.
Well, did you
Found
find it? Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I did fucking find it, finally.
Alright, then a quick timey-wimey then.
It just gives a Gilevasian court bow, ancient Elven, and say, Stevia Alliance, Medeiri. Oh, she
Oh.
should fucking know that. Like,
Huh.
fucking,
was his name?
fucking. Yeah, advantage on this shit. So.
Yeah, so solid 28. It's like, ah, yes, of course. That makes sense. Actually, she'll put up a finger. I think I have something for you, my dear.
Oh?
It was the strangest thing. About 3 weeks ago, a package arrived from your mother saying that perhaps you'd be heading this way. She will
Interesting.
quickly go behind the front desk and bend down, giving you both quite the show as she rummages, or producing a tin, handing it to Steve.
A 10 of what?
A tin of, once you crack it open and look inside, they are...
No, what's a 10 of what?
No,
Tin.
a tin.
Oh, a tin!
Don't
Yeah,
worry,
like a little
I
cookie
also
tin.
I also heard 10 the first time.
Whoops.
A little Tim.
Yeah, a little Timmy.
Tim.
She
Let's open this
hands you a
motherfucker
coupon
up.
to Tim Hortons. Yeah, she hands you a tin of, when you look inside, those are your mother's cookies.
Aww.
Ah, I haven't had these in a couple of decades. Nice. Well, lady, you can, if possible, I would ask of you to send her my regards, if you have time.
Of course. That's what the mission's here for, to help our wayward Galavon brothers. And it's good to see you alive and well. Things haven't been kind to this part of the world.
It seems so. There's been, from the looks of things, less than reputable government body here.
No, the government's fine as far as such things go. Unfortunately, there's not much they can do about the whole situation.
Well, it was more along the lines of whatever this Tri-God Church and their Dawnblaze are doing.
What's going on with the Dawnblades is just a symptom, unfortunately. As things get worse, people get rowdier, the noose tightens around them. When I moved here, the Dukes ruled with a soft silk glove. Now they have little choice but to do so with a mailed fist.
Yet, armored knights striking beggars in the street.
I won't make excuses for it. There's been poor behavior on every side. But the knights have been hard pressed. Many of them are back from, in some cases, years fighting in the north. If you are half the doctor your ancestors are, I'd suggest you head that way. They could use your talents.
I'll
A
look
lot,
into that.
a lot of good people are losing their lives protecting the border.
Well, grandfather managed to keep your mother, make sure you're all well, alive after everything. So, the rest of the family just had to do well with whatever hellscape was down there anyway.
Yes. We were lucky in Gaelavos. 1,000 years of relative peace.
It was, well, war wasn't our issue. It was, well, poisons, diseases, and food.
Mm-hmm. Well, you'll find all of those problems here in spades, on top of the violence.
What insight do you have on this weather anyway? Because it seems that it's just localized.
As far as I can tell, it's just a drought. I've augured, our priests have. There's been no condemnation from Lanin, Wovar, any of the gods calling us cursed. And frankly, even if that wasn't the case, the drought's just one symptom of the larger problem. It's the war that's pushing people. We're barely out of living memory for mortals of the conflict against Asira, and then these barbarians start spilling across the river.
And they just thought about suddenly rushing over.
They sensed weakness, and they were right.
That's indeed true. Well, the simplest solution would be a most so-called inhumane, but I don't think that's a solution that anyone wants to do right now. So best start figuring things out before they become desperate on seeking such solutions.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Well, I can give you the political who's who of the place, but you'd be better off seeing the land for yourself. This city is better supplied than most, but even here you'll find a lot of people going without. Not that you'd know looking at the palace, of course.
A solution for that would be a think for a moment. A food concentrate. As sort of a supplement. You know, of the druids and their good berries, but closest thing to actually we can produce would be via altered means.
Yes, I've heard alchemists working on it. Unfortunately, after the loss of Lord Oritz, well, there's hardly anyone to fill his shoes, is there?
He was skilled. I can't deny.
Yes, I'm sure if you come up with something, the court magister would love to hear it, but honestly, this is a problem that could be solved with better trade relations with Avara, which, well, I'm sure you've heard of Igniferous Valley.
Ah, yes, I've been quite through that area. Was researching a little bit there as well. The Inniskalan people are quite lucky. Mount Full Earth, enriched.
Yes, indeed. They make enough to at least offset the city's needs, but alas, relations are poor between the countries.
So, in your opinion then, who would be the best key person to open up further into discussions then?
I would say the Duchess. She's a good woman, open-hearted and open-minded. Unfortunately, the lords underneath her are less so, and her husband ails.
Her husband is sick?
Yes, some chronic trouble with his lungs. It
I
is
starts thinking.
a shame. Lord Vernier is one of the best knights of the realm. Sure, if he was on his feet, we could have swift victory against the barbarians.
Well, it's not so much a swift victory that is needed, it's the reduced resource expenditure. Because going in and completely devastating them would also cost a lot of resources and a lot of lives.
Indeed. Regardless, whether it's victory or some rewriting of the board through other means, the current state of affairs is killing the duchy. I think you'll find that out for yourself if you step beyond the city walls. Perhaps you could talk to the Chancellor, Lord Marius. He's a decent man, though he earns his surname Gold, honestly.
That's less than comforting, but good to know.
Yes, well, and trade matters can go through him, as can any wonder inventions. He's been the Duchess's face while things have been unquiet at home.
And I could, if I can get access to this, I could see about continuing his work. I have some knowledge about, well, new methods that have been that I've produced for the world in several of my documentations. One of them is actually relatively new, is the concentration of material with a reduction of fluids.
That's a fancy way to say jerky.
It's not just jerky, it's, well, imagine jerky, a slice of beef that becomes jerky. It becomes dry, but it's about the same size. Now imagine shrinking it down.
What, like a pill?
About that small, like a small marble sized, but it's a full, like pound of meat's worth. The nutritions,
Hmm.
the beef, the protein, all that good stuff.
That would help, but I'm not sure if that can fill someone's belly.
No, but that's when it... That's why I said it's a concentrate. If we can do that, and via chemical means as enhance it, it should be able to fill, so to speak, somebody's belly for a longer time.
Hmm. But then there's the question, where do you get the food to concentrate into this pill?
Or how can you stretch what we already have resources into a more dense form?
Precisely.
Yeah, so you get more from that than the actual resources. That is the conundrum that I have to figure out in the meantime, but I have some time.
Yes, we're not on the verge of total societal collapse, yes? Just
No,
rumblings on the streets, for now.
but yes, we're good. It's a lot of work, especially for this, when it's everything's reaching a boiling point. Even a simmering pot left long enough will pop the lid.
Just so. Let us pray it's a mild summer, and that the barbarians are just as hungry as we are.
Yes, but the difference between a hungry barbarian and a hungry normal person is that one is more feral and desperate.
Yes, but an army can't fight on an empty stomach. Perhaps they'll cannibalize each other.
Just head twitch slightly shudder. Your your mother was really hoping for never having to think about that word during the sinking.
We never got that bad, thankfully.
No, but it was on the table.
Yes, I'm aware. Still, the practices of those plainsmen are bloody. I would not be surprised if they resorted to it if things became desperate.
Which is very strange because the seas are extremely bountiful in itself.
They are, but these are not fishermen, they're reavers. All they care for is plunder. I doubt they'd put down their blades if they had any choice.
That's useful information. That's quite useful. Seems we're gonna be having a lot more talks in the future, lady.
I look forward to it, Steve. Yeah, she will give you a nod.
But in the meantime, we're gonna have to forward all this information to our comrades and figure out how we can go from here. Oh yes, we met the lovely little priestess, Tassie.
I'm not surprised. She has a knack for sniffing out adventurers.
Oh, in this case it was opposite. Our adventurers sniffed her out. Makes a
Well,
head motion towards Telly.
either way, and take good care of her if you work together. She's a treasure.
Oh yes. I wanted to make a statue of her as well, which would be good. A little collection of this land's beautiful elven ladies.
Acacia bites her lip. What would you say to a duo statue?
Assuming the other member of the party is agreeable, I would love to.
I think that would be a treasure for the ages.
And somewhere her shot just like there's a big thunk, a table slowly lifting up. Elven milf squishing together.
Uh, but then, would it be possible for you to write a notice or letter of recommendation for the Duchess and their of introduction?
I can, but I'm not sure that will get you past the Chancellor regardless.
That bad, huh?
Like I said, things inside the palace aren't at their best right now.
But any word on weighing in in our favor is better than absolutely nothing, and yours is a very big one.
Less
Let's
big
not forget as well
than
your
I would like.
profession, Steve. Probably helps.
My voice matters less than I'd like to the Duchess, but I will be happy to write you a letter of recommendation, of course. I'll have that
Thank
ready
you,
by
Your
the time
Highness.
you're finished with those wicked rats in my cellar. How about that?
Very agreeable.
That sounds like a most amicable choice.
Good. Then I hope I see your whole party soon.
I can't wait to take a whole body. You mean in a fight, right?
You mean for the rat quest, right?
Okay, so just Damsa just smiles bigger.
Damsa watches over you.
So yeah,
Oh,
little
Damsa. she's my
Star
favorite
Wars
ship of
swipe
Star.
over to James' workshop.
Yeah, so now Telly gets to learn to keep some fucking secrets. There you go.
Hooray!
Yay!
And Skow has completely fucking forgotten the name.
Oh no, I haven't forgotten anything, Xavier.
Completely wrong, but
I
let's
think
go
you
with
mean
that.
Stevia. Because he's so sweet.
Because he's so
Zevia is
sweet.
the drink that goes well with rum.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was reading the words. My brain is like squidgy mush pudding right now. It's like rice pudding. It's got that kind of texture at the moment. Except if you fill the rice pudding with tinnitus.
I could go for a rice pudding.
Squish, squish, squish.
Now, let's see, where is some kind of wizard?
Oh, it's Steve and Thal.
There you go.
Ah, you must be
I
the
was like a
craftsman.
couple of apostrophes off in my head.
Oh yes, this is Thelerien right here. She's the one who made my models.
I am indeed. You have me at a disadvantage.
Of course. I am Sir James W. Shop at your service, madam.
A pleasure.
And he pauses a moment. You said your name was Thelerien?
Please call me Thali.
You didn't happen to have a famous ancestor in statuary, did you?
I might have.
Ah, excellent. I see the talent runs in the family, then. Yes, your friend Vale here was just showing me the models you carved for her. They are truly, truly works of art.
Indeed, they are beautiful. And I've been informed that I've got a chance of producing statued works of the Lady Acacia, no less.
Oh,
Happy days
my.
for me.
Yes, that will be a treat for the eyes. I don't suppose you're looking for more regular employment by chance?
I'm afraid not. I do take commission when I have time. But at the moment, it seems I'll be everywhere.
A shame. Oh. Do keep my humble workshop in mind, madam, if you ever need work. Your talents could be put to use giving joy to gamers the world over.
It would be a pleasure. There is one thing I would request then. Do you have line on masterwork masonry tools? These are lovely tools I use, but slightly better chisels, gentler hammers, more variety would be good.
I believe I know just the craftsman for you.
Excellent.
And tell you what,
And I
I
need to...
would be happy to source those for you directly if you might perchance lend your skills to the shop for a few days. There are some designs I've had in mind to expand the Laresian range, in fact. I'll give Vale a wink. That I think you could do remarkable work on.
I'm gonna have him chuck a persuade at me.
Alright.
You go, sales guy.
Oh shit.
Oh,
James Workshop. Record
James
profits every
Workshop.
quarter.
Every fucking quarter, it would seem. Very well. But one request, I suppose.
I'm all ears, madam.
If they end up being mass-produced, please do include a maker's mark along the bottom. It would be a shame to see a legacy disappear over
Of
profit.
course. Don't
Excellent.
worry, and he will open one of the display cabinets and pick up a few models and show that each of them does have a mark on them. I take great pride in making sure that all of our artisans are well accredited for their work.
I'll have to look up some of these artists. I just make a quick note of that. I mean, to me, I can thankfully phonetically write names out, no problem. I'm illiterate, but I'm not incapable of using pen and quill, thankfully. Take my notes probably in Elven. If only because Langrish just makes it look like you're doing sheet music at people. Yeah, I'll take down a couple names. I'll have to look into some of these artists.
I'm sure they'd love to swap stories. Just don't go starting any rival businesses now.
No, if I were to go into my own personal business, it would certainly be for, she'll gesture at herself and, hand above head, statues of scale.
Of course. Well, I'll tell you what, as a mark of the beginning of a beautiful friendship, you will take down that beginner's painting guide again. Just hand it to Vale. Here. First step on a long road to a new hobby. Mastery.
Yay.
How lovely.
Kina passed out.
No, I'm here.
You would give it a book?
Oh, I'm very sorry. A book, you say?
Yeah, he has given you the painting guide for free since Thelia's come here and promised to do some work for him.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Oh, I hope I can do this well.
Like I said, if there are problems, there are always solutions. He won't tap the paint remover can.
Yeah, I'll probably like to that. Art is not something we start good at.
I had better get some paint remover.
You mean prestidigitation?
I don't have that.
You'd have to,
That's
that,
not
and you'd
gonna
also have to be
strip paint.
you'd have to be doing that while the thing is still wet, which is
Yeah.
a really bad habit.
I will get some paints then, and I will get some paints and some paint remover.
Alright. If you want the full set then with brushes, that'll come out to 20 gold.
Okay.
Welcome to James' Workshop.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for how expensive is this shit?
Oh, I'll help. Tori will pay 10 of that.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah. As long as I can use them.
Okay. Oh, it says here to make sure to thin your paints. Okay, we need to add water to these.
Thin your fucking paints. Ah.
2 thin coats. So yeah. Paints and paint remover acquired. Now, Vale, if you want, you can start tool training modeling. So just your hobby now.
I will put it on my list.
And yeah, these together basically comprise a set of painter's tools. So yeah, where to now?
Okay. So where did you guys go off to?
Yeah. How was your meeting with that lady you mentioned?
Visited Lady Acacia. It was very nice.
It was very informative.
Yeah?
Hmm.
Well, that's good. Did you find out anything interesting?
A lot of interesting
Yeah, a
things.
couple of things. They need help with big rats in the basement, maybe controlled by druids since they stole wine. Pony-sized rats.
Oh, that is exceptionally large.
The Duchess' husband is sick. Maybe Steve could help if we got there. But they might not be accepting of help. The lords under the Duchess are not great.
Arlene will frown at that. What's that supposed to mean?
I don't have good vocabulary for that, but apparently they might be obstructing trying to speak with the Duchess.
I doubt that. There's some courtiers here, but most of the noble heads be, at their lands or fighting in the north.
It was the Chancellor that is acting as the voice, which his full name is Marius Gold, and apparently his last name is very apt.
Yeah, House Gold's tax collectors. You didn't hear it from me, but their ancestors were up-jumped thugs. They're not that anymore. I hear the Chancellor's pretty well learned.
Well learned doesn't make you one a good person. You're just more shrewd.
That's fair, I guess, but nothing I've heard says he's evil, just tight with a coin purse. And, you know, there's a war on. Can't hardly blame him.
Hmm.
So, are we gonna go meet with Lord Gold? I guess
Yeah.
Telly's kinda got it, 'cause that whole Empress thing. Ashe, too.
That is so.
And Tori.
We
Yeah.
were
Hopefully.
getting a letter of introduction first, which would be after we clear out rats.
I've cleared out rats before, back home.
Pony-sized rats.
No.
So I guess we're gonna have to go in order then. So we're gonna clear out these large rats, clean up, get a letter of introduction and recommendation. And then we'll go see this Chancellor. There is a reasonable chance my profession will help make make the discussions easier. Make it
Oh.
easier to talk to the Duchess.
That would be good.
Yeah, I'm sure if we get that letter recommendation from a princess, well, they can trust a doctor like Steve anyway. You're a good man.
I do what I can.
Arlene just nods. So, let's go get ready to kill some rats, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Indeed.
But I think we're gonna do that next time, because we'll have an Amxal with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Ash
leave you in a
venture.
position where you can kind of poke around the city, because it is, like, very late in the day when you guys arrived here. It's probably, like, when you leave, Mr. Shop here is probably going to be, like, closing shop. So...
Ho ho ho. So yeah, we're gonna do the rats the next following day.
Yeah, so you guys
Ye-
can putter around in the evening at your leisure, and the morning as well, and we'll pick up with you guys sometime during the next day.
Sounds good.
So for now, let's do some XP.
XP.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Yay.
Alright. XP. So it is the 8th of July now.
July.
Did you explore a new interesting
Midsummer.
location? You sure
Yeah.
did.
Oh yeah.
Discover new interesting truth about the world.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like there's a kraken in those waters,
Yeah!
among other
Terrifying.
things.
A terrifying kraken that eats ships full of people.
Among lots of other things.
Did you advance or complete a quest?
Yeah, getting here.
That's not really a quest. That's just going places, so I don't think so really.
Wait, what is it? What is it? Accept a quest, complete a quest,
No,
or
it's just advance or complete.
We totally completed a quest. We got We polished off that notice board about the kittens.
You're right.
That is not a quest.
It's
have a
totally
cat
a
now.
quest.
You have a cat
Do I have to
now.
go ask Bobby whether it was a quest? I bet she'd say yes. Or he'd say yes. I bet they'd say yes.
No. You and Steve can have
Aw.
inspiration, though. How about that?
Okay.
All right. Did you protect the people of Iona from a deadly threat? Not directly. You did save Gwen from baking in the sun and eventually drowning. So I guess I'll
Yeah.
count that. Sure.
Nice.
There's a very high chance you could have just failed that skill challenge and then just putted
Yeah.
along. Did you instigate lasting change in the world at large or the life of a companion?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I will let you count Bobby.
Bobby for that
kittens.
one at least. And the kitten.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Bobby got a job.
Bobby Jobby.
Jobby Bobby. All right. And let's look at goals. Steve, long-term, get to the mainland, so that's a 5th XP.
Nice.
Well,
Alright. Cool beans, everybody. That's the first 5 of the campaign. Good job.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Vale and Victoria.
23.
Yep.
Vale and
so-
Victorine. You
Yep,
got
I got that
short-term.
short term. Which means I have 2 inspos to hand out to anybody
one
who
inspo.
needs it.
I need.
You can have one of
Thank
mine.
you.
Ashe hasn't updated in a bajillion years because Amxal hasn't been here, but if Amxal doesn't have inspo, then she can have the other one, or he can have... Ashe can have the other one.
Does Ashe have inspo? Yeah, Ashe has inspo already.
Oh, of course.
Arlene.
Arlene can have that one.
Arlene is a human. She just
Arlene's a
generates
human,
inspo.
so she gets inspo.
You
Oh,
can give it to
that's
Kate.
true.
Oh, yeah, okay. If Kate wasn't, I would give it to Bobby.
Somewhere, somehow, it just the world, the fabric of
Bobby
time,
gets,
the fabric of reality
gets
can be
one.
altered.
I mean, if you want to give it to Bobby, you can. You can give it to whoever.
Kate has the musician, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Bobby gets the inspo.
All right, small child.
You know,
Everybody gets one.
you don't know, but now you had the power to alter the fabric of reality itself.
Say non-zero chance Bobby just spends this to avoid breaking a knee at some point in the near future, and
Yeah, that's fair
tripping
enough.
over and falling as kids do. All right. Well, I will
Sounds
leave you
about right.
on this page so that you can enjoy the notice boards and all the names of everybody.
Nice.
Mhm.
Thank
And
you.
If you're watching on the stream or YouTube, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time, which is probably going to be this Thursday for Warhammer. So we will see you then.